Interior design really develops during the Neoclassical. Now, up until this point, generally speaking, you're going to buy your home and it's going to be in a specific style, but no one's really that concerned about it. Things tend to be a little more utilitarian. And then you buy furniture that you like. And so you're going to have a bit of a hodgepodge. You're going to have pieces that were hand-me-down. You're going to have pieces that are yours specifically. Some people will have design incorporated, so they're going to kind of draw things together. But when we get into the Neoclassical, and more importantly, we start to see the rise of the middle class, the access of imported goods, the availability of numerous publications about design, and the Neoclassical emphasis on the beauty of nature and natural order create a greater demand for comfortable, convenient, and aesthetically pleasing interior environments. Basically, the middle class has a lot of money. They go, hey, you know what we need? We need something that fits together. Design needs to fit together. And more than likely, you've been there. You've seen maybe your parents' place is kind of a hodgepodge of different styles and ideas, and you want to draw it together so it's all in one form. We like that. It's orderly. Everything looks aesthetically pleasing and, more importantly, fits together. Now, this is where Robert and James Adam come in. Now, we had groups in the past, textile makers, etc., that might come out and try and design a space based on their textiles, or a furniture maker saying, hey, yeah, I can furnish your entire home. But of course, that doesn't frequently happen. So when we get to Robert and his brother James Adam, they studied continental design extensively and they team up to design buildings, interiors, and furnishings. They are one of the first groups to really integrate the idea of architecture, interiors, draperies, furniture, etc. to create a coordinated whole. Now, they're not the only ones. Obviously, they're English, and we're going to see the Adams style, but we haven't gotten there yet. But they're going to develop these ideas that draw spaces together. Now, later, Napoleon will call on the expertise of Fontaine and Perrier to design the interiors for Josephine's mansion, known as Ma Maison. And they advocated complete harmony amongst the architecture, textiles, design, and furniture within a space. They also believed that everything within the space should reflect the space. So in other words, a music room should be decorated with musical instruments, a study should be decorated with things that draw one to reading, intellectual pursuits, or study. You kind of get the idea. Now, the thing is, many of these, all four of these men, the Adams brothers, and then Fontaine and Perrier, are going to write books. And these books are going to be widely used. They're used by carpenters to design furniture. They're used by builders and architects to design buildings. And so we see the development of these complete styles. This doesn't mean that we're to the point where you're hiring an interior design firm, for example, but we are moving in that direction because everything has to work as a unified whole before you can bring in an expert. This is where we just start to see that expertise forming, where we just start to see specialization. So while we don't have interior design as a profession yet, and this is going to be another century before it's a full-fledged profession,